Hey, Chem team. So a lot of the stoichiometry problems that chemists do follow a similar set of steps. So for example, if a chemist wanted to conduct the following reaction of reacting hydrogen and oxygen to create water molecules, let's say the chemist has 64 grams of oxygen and they want to react it with hydrogen. How much hydrogen will they need? Well, they're starting out with grams of a known substance, in this case 64 grams of oxygen. And what they'll do is they'll convert oxygen into moles, figure out how many moles of oxygen this is, by using the molar mass of oxygen from the periodic table. So if they look on the periodic table, they would see that 1 mole of oxygen weighs 32 grams. And so this will help us find how many moles of oxygen we're starting out with. Once we figured that out, we can then figure out how many moles of our unknown substance, in this case hydrogen, we would be producing by using the ratio of oxygen to hydrogen in our equation. So we know from our equation that for every 1 mole of oxygen that we're using, we're going to need to use 2 moles of hydrogen. And so we can put that into our ratio table down below to determine how many moles of hydrogen we would need for our moles of oxygen. Last, after we figured out how many moles of hydrogen we'd need, we can determine how much that hydrogen would weigh by using the molar mass of hydrogen. And so again, we'll come to the periodic table and we'll see that the mass of 1 mole of hydrogen will be 2 grams. And so at this point, the only thing left for us to do is multiply our numerators and divide by our denominators. And so our units will cancel out, and what we end up being left with is 8 grams of hydrogen. And that's it. At this point, you guys have some practice problems. We'll see you next class.